level 1. We're just circling our shoulder and trying to reach the most out of this range inside of your shoulder. So what that basically means, you want to make as big of a circle possible while you're just moving your shoulder, isolating your shoulder, not moving anything else, and really going slowly. Once you start circling 3 to 5 times in a moderate speed, then you slow it down 3 to 5 times in a very kind of a snail manner. The slower you go, the better the body will map out this area in your body. Breathe. So breathe when you feel something cracking or skipping, and then change the direction. If it helps you to hold on to your shoulder while you're doing it, for you to be able to understand, basically, you are mapping it out even better this way when you are using your tactile abilities to understand what is happening, and just breathe. Switch sides. And we're gonna transfer this movement into several positions. So this short circling with your shoulders is going to continue in multiple stages. So circling to the back. So really slow it down when you feel you found some spot that is bothering you. And breathe. So now the same movement, you basically do single shoulder at a time. So I really want to concentrate just on my right shoulder right now, and I really want to engage throughout my glenohumeral joint as I do this. I'm gonna reach all the way to the back, down, all the way down, all the way to the front, and all the way up. If you have problems with the circles, I'm going to change the direction now. You can always do 4 sides of the world. First up to the front, down and back, and then slowly progress into circling. That is basically what I go back to all the time. This is how you engage and expand your range of motion even more. Then you can just rotate your palm facing the ceiling in outer rotation, inner rotation to finish. Stage number 3 would be transferring that movement into a 4-leg position. So what I want you to do now is basically take your one other hand away or put it even on your shoulder, and then you circle. Now you really want to concentrate here to brace your core and not let this or anything happen with your hips moving. You just want to control the shoulder movement and squeeze your core. Breathe and exhale where you feel snapping, cracking, or slight differences inside of your shoulder muscle area. And remember, when you slow down the movement, the slower, the more benefits you can reap. Try to also keep your neck in line with your spine. It should be straight. It's like an extension of your spine, basically. So do not look down or up. Basically, this part is much worse than this one. This one is relaxed. And I really want you to have that motor control in your spinal area, in your spinal cord. So really just try to look in between where your other arm was. So like in the middle, on the floor, and breathe. So there's a lot of going on right now, a lot of tasks for your brain and nervous system to manage. So you need to really be aware, conscious, and be in the exercise that you're doing. We're gonna take a kneeling stance, and then you're just gonna drop and depress and elevate. So depression and elevation are really just a part of this entire circle. So you can either circle in this position and put much more weight onto your shoulder now than you did before, or you can just depress and elevate. And then I want you basically to, over time, change the angles of this exercise. So changing the position of our hips will change the angle we are working on in our shoulder. So you really want to breathe here to gain that control. One more important thing is you really want to grasp with all of your fingers into the floor. Don't just let the crease of your palm working. You really want all the fingers engaged so you can get the most benefits out of this movement. Then change sides. Start with depression and elevation first, or just circling in this position, putting much more weight onto this movement. And then I want you to just kind of put your hip down to be able to get much more traction on that shoulder, because now we don't have a support from our knee. Much more weight is now engaged here. And then finally, you want to face your hips away, and that way you want to put your shoulder under a lot more traction.